Hello and welcome to Just Us Thinking. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm your co-host, Rebecca.
And I'm your AV guy, Mikey.
And this is, what day are we on here?
Today is Armed Forces Day.
All right.
So we're doing a kind of a special here.
We are.
Yeah.
Not really a special. It's just going to be our video-sode.
Oh, okay.
Just a regular video-sode, but it is going to happen on a special day.
Okay.
So Armed Forces Day.
Yep. So this is our Serve Your Country episode.
It is. It is.
Yep.
And I think we're going to do a little different here.
Okay.
We're going to talk about mandatory service.
Oh, okay.
Also called conscription.
Yes.
So now it's a kind of a slippery slope, isn't it?
I would think so, yeah. Because, I could see people being for and against it. So, yeah, I think it's kind of one of those, like, ooh, what do you do?
Yeah. Yeah. See, in the United States, we do not have it here.
Okay.
That ended in like 1973.
Yes, it did.
But we still have a registration process for any able-bodied man.
Okay.
From 18 to 25.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, yeah, now there are 10 European countries in Europe that mandatory service.
Okay.
And then there's a total of 46 countries that actually have a mandatory service.
Wow, that's a lot.
A lot more than you thought.
Yeah.
And I want to say there's, based off some of the crisis that's still going on, Israel is one of those countries.
Yeah, I've seen that because I've seen a lot of news reports with, that kind of stuff on there too. So yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's I want to say some have like a no armed forces, some have no enforced mandatory service, and then there's a bunch of them that have active.
Oh, okay.
Kind of depends on where you're at, and they're all over the world. It's not like one country more than the other. So pretty cool. I think I want to say Israel is one of those.
Right, yeah.
Sweden is another one. Norway.
I think Finland.
They do those. And Finland, yep.
Okay. And I think Denmark was on that list too.
Yep, Denmark was on that list as well. So there are quite a few countries. Now, here's the thing. I think these are a lot of smaller countries.
Right, yeah. That
with
probably...
the exception of, like, Russia.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. What do you think on
Does Russia have it?
I don't know. Now you're going to make me look it up. I don't know.
Sorry.
So what do you think about the...
I can go either way on it. I think it would be a good thing for, someone just out of high school, to learn to serve their country and, maybe learn a trade or something that would lead them on to better things in life too. So,
I agree.
And I think there's also, it could go bad for them. Like if they're not mentally prepared for it or, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So.
I guess that's the big issue there. Now, Russia is, yes, they do.
Okay.
You have to serve in Russia. North Korea is one of them too, but that's a whole nother ball game.
That's a whole different ball game.
It's kind of crazy the way the whole system works sometimes. I still think it's a good idea. I think you could. There's a lot of stuff to do in military service that doesn't mean you're a frontline fighter.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it would be good for I think right out of high school, this should be I would say a good idea would be 2 years.
Okay.
You have to serve your country some way in those 2 years. Now, that could be the military.
Okay.
That could be, I want to say it's like almost public service, okay?
I can see that too, yeah.
So,
that would be a good way too.
Right. Firefighters, police officers, paramedics, any of those fields I could see kind of included.
I don't know if I want like a 19-year-old coming out of high school being a police officer, though.
They're going to learn.
I think like going through the training to do that would be good, but... Right. I just don't want to throw them a badge and say, here, go Go patrol the streets.
Well, here's the thing is maybe because we have more people out there and they're part of that community, maybe it would be a different animal than it is now.
It might be, yeah.
Maybe you partner him up with a veteran officer and he's the unarmed and you know, maybe you get through the training and he's military people, you throw them a gun and they can go fight overseas. Why wouldn't they be able to carry a gun here if they were trained to use it right? And maybe they can only carry it while they're on duty with a senior officer there.
Okay. That's a good argument. Okay. I'll give you that one.
See, it makes sense though.
Yeah.
And then you have someone that's younger, that's 18, that may be able to relate a little bit with having some of these interactions with some younger folks. Maybe that could be the gap that bridges the world in police.
Oh.
Very well could help fire departments because they may be shorthanded.
Yeah.
Paramedics, the same thing. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm actually for it any of those ways.
Yeah. I mean, I think those are pretty good ways actually. So, yeah. Okay.
Maybe I don't think. Now, the police department, I see that.
Okay.
I could see maybe they're the community outreach officer. Maybe they are the ones that are assigned to talk with, youth that could be more relatable. Do you remember DARE program? Do you remember any of those?
Oh, yeah.
You had some guy that came in there and he said like nothing that you understood, right?
Right.
He's like, we're going to take this blow off the street. And you're like, what's blow? What's and he's an older guy. And I remember thinking, why am I going to listen to, something, you're just like my dad.
Yeah.
You can't really relate to him, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I think a relatable person might help.
That is actually a very good point.
Maybe you could start, and you know what? I hate to say it, but you're going to get a lot of these kids off the street that are, I don't know, maybe gangbangers that maybe could see the other side of this.
Yeah.
Maybe you give them a direction, and they may like firefighting, they may like doing this or that. The problem is when it's idle hands.
Yeah.
I think when you have no direction and no nothing, you get sometimes caught up with the wrong crowd. That's
true.
So
the only other problem I can see is maybe like the administration part of it, handling, so many young adults like that. I don't know. I would think.
How is that any different than onboarding anybody?
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, you have a system, and then here's the beauty about this. Mandatory service, whether it be and I think military should be the front line.
Okay.
Military is first, and then if you don't think you can handle the military, and not everybody can, I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Then you say secondary, which would be police or fire, and then paramedics, and then there could be other administrative roles that you can do.
Okay.
Maybe they can't go out there, but they could write paperwork, they could type, they could do court reporting.
Oh, yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff they can do.
There's a lot, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
What I'm saying is serving your country, giving people a direction.
Yeah.
I think you lump it all together and you say this is what it is and this is the program.
That's actually a very good idea. Okay.
I think it solves a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Here in the United States, I think this will solve a lot of problems. I think you'll learn something. You
learn a skill,
A skill, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine going to school for, your first year, you're studying to, go to medical school, but you have to get all those, prerequisites out of the way and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So why not, while you're doing that, maybe you're serving your country as well. You could do both.
Yeah.
And maybe you get like real world experience while you're doing it. You get to experiment with what you want to do with your job.
Yeah.
And you could go say, yep, nope, can't, that much blood. I don't mind a needle here and there, but
yeah.
Too much blood, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Or I pass out or,
yeah.
something like that. I mean, I could see that.
Yeah, I could too. Yeah.
I don't want to waste, thousands of
Dollars and years,
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
College is expensive.
It is. Whew.
And then you never know. Like I said, you go through an aptitude test because that's what they do.
Right.
And you say, this is kind of based off your answers of this test. This is where, I think you'd be good with language arts and, being a linguist. We're going to teach you how to, in these 2 years, you're going to learn how to speak, and then you're going to do this.
Yeah.
You create a program for it.
Hmm.
And here's the thing. When you're done, you might like that, and you're like, yep, I'm going to sign them for 4 years, or now I'm going to make this my career, or no, I don't like this, thank you, and I'll move on. But they still learn something.
That's a very good idea. So I think that would be good for the United States to do something like that, because that would get, I think a lot of kids off the streets and stuff like that. So yeah.
Get them somewhere to go.
Right.
Get their mind occupied and get them a skill.
Yeah.
Now, women in the military or drafting women, what do you think of that?
I know a lot of people in the military, both female and male. So,
Right.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay.
So
you could see Kim Kardashian or Paris Hilton tag team in that front line?
maybe not them, but
Yeah, no.
no. But there's a lot of women in the military.
There is. And
so
I actually have to applaud, both men and women in the military,
Yeah.
but the draft, I'm saying
Oh,
mandatory for women. Because right now,
Yeah.
I don't believe it is.
Okay.
Some countries like Sweden and a few others, and I think Israel's one of
Yeah,
them.
I think Israel's one of them.
They say, yep, equal opportunity here,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
The problem is, I think my opinion on it is Americans are too soft.
I can see that. Yeah. There's a lot of it. Yeah.
Can you see any of the Kardashians doing this?
No.
Yeah.
And or any of their kids for that matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because their kids are all spoiled. So
Right.
yeah. I just
Unfortunately, it's a spoiled thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, back in the day, we called those draft dodgers.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't mean that they can't learn another skill other than
You
making
say back in the day like you were there when it happened.
Back in my day, I remember when them kids were running on my lawn. I mean, I think teaching a lot of some of these people a skill other than hitting record on a sex tape camera
Okay.
is
Or
probably
any camera for that matter.
some of these celebrities got famous because of a sex tape.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but laying there with your your legs in the air is not
Yeah. Not the way to make it.
I would say that's not a skill.
Right.
I'm sure there's some skill involved in there if you're gonna dance on a pole and something like
Yeah.
that, but I don't know. I think there should be more to it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's so much more you can do.
There is, and it's just sad that there's a lot of people don't take those opportunities. So I think if it's more readily available, maybe more people can get involved.
Yeah, it's a requirement to go to school.
Yeah.
I think you tack this on as continued life skills. You go from there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy, but I think that would help us here in America quite well.
I think it would too.
So
yeah,
it'd be nice, but the problem is when you add something like that to say you have to do this.
Yeah. There's going to probably be a little bit of opposition, and
there is. So
yeah. Or I'm too good for that.
Yep. Or my daddy can buy me out of this.
Yeah.
The prissy people.
Yeah.
The ones that think they're better than everybody else.
Yep.
Yep. I can see that. So I don't know. It's kind of you come from a military background though.
Yeah. That's an interesting way to look at it. So I never thought about it that way.
It's fun. So
yeah.
fun to think about because I could see the difference that something like that could make. So
Yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, you could. There
Right.
would be it would probably be a lot different here.
I
So,
agree.
yeah.
I think I don't know that it does take a special type of person to be in the military.
It does, yeah.
It takes a lot of courage to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of gumption to go to do that.
And there's the few women that I do know in it. They're pretty good.
Badaasses.
They're badasses.
Yeah,
so yeah,
let's not sugarcoat it.
You gotta give it to them.
There are some. No, we. You don't have to call her out by name, but we went to your aunt's birthday party.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to say her name, but she's a nurse. Or trauma.
She's in the reserves.
Okay.
Which
is
no,
fine.
the National Guard.
National Guard's good. Dirty girls are good.
Yeah, she's in something. She does medical. So
Right.
I'm not sure what that all entails, but yeah, she does medical stuff. So.
And I talked to her about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, just talking to her, she's a badass.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, she knows her shit.
Don't mess with her.
Yeah. Listen, she may be, just in the medical side, but I don't know. There's just something about someone who
You have to make a lot of hard split decisions. So yeah. I think that's awesome.
it makes you I think it makes you a better person.
Yeah, it does. So.
You get to see stuff that normal people don't.
Yeah.
I want to say I would like to see that. I would like to see more of that. I would like to see that mandatory.
Yeah.
People are going to disagree with me. I get it. I understand. When we have rights in this country and we have freedoms in this country, but what you also have to understand is those are all based off the people and the men and women that serve us.
Mm-hmm.
All those armed forces include, and I have to say, police officers, firefighters, paramedics, everybody who is doing something for a service like that.
Mm-hmm. They put their
huge.
life on the line. So yeah,
Right.
It's, yeah.
I don't know. I just, I would say it's with it today. If you see someone that's military service, buy them a beer. It's quite possible they went to another country with a notion that they may not come home to support our freedoms. I think we owe them a beer.
We do.
At a minimum, we owe them a beer.
Yeah.
So, cheers. I appreciate all of what you guys do.
Yes. Thank you very much.
All right. Now, if you like what we do, like what we say, don't like what we do, you come drink the haterade. I'm okay with that. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and we're on X.
Yep. And then, of course, you can listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple. There's YouTube Music, Samsung, pretty much any podcast player.
Yep. And then you could also watch our videos and you could listen to us. We're on YouTube and we're also on Rumble, and we make some little TikTok shorts for you guys too. So,
we do, yeah.
Nothing dancing. Sorry.
Yeah.
This doesn't dance, and I can tell you that doesn't dance either. So we might be able to get Mikey to wear a little tutu and see if he could dance around for you guys too.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. No,
I don't know if anybody wants to see that.
Not.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, we want to get viewers. We don't want to. We don't want to chase anybody away.
Yeah,
that's an image nobody wants. So, all right, I think that's going to be our good show.
All righty, bye everybody.